No, I mean, like I said, the offense the offense and the volume that they put in is really remarkable, in my opinion, based on the stuff they're doing, how much they're doing, their motions and shifts and all that stuff. Like, besides the personnel, we're doing a lot more offense than we've done in the past. And I thought it would be more than 15 plays in the practice, which is that's a whole period. I mean, we're getting about 16 to 20 plays in a period, so that's it's like we're getting an extra period a day, but we're not, it's not on the schedule. So, it doesn't shock me just with the tempo and the teaching that's going on, I guess. But again, we're not, those 15 plays aren't all done perfect, right? But that's why you run them, you fix them and watch a videotape and go, hey, you see why? Oh, I got it, coach. And then hopefully, because they made that mistake on a Friday, they won't make it on a Saturday.
Who are some of the players that have kind of you've seen lead the charge as far as like, hey guys, we got to get on this. Let's understand what we're trying to do today, as far as learning the playbook and such.
Our coaches. I hate to say it, it's our coaches and it's our kids. Kids got to take ownership and do it themselves. But it's just like after practice, I said, hey, it's game time tomorrow. Get your minds right, get ready to roll. And if you don't know something, get in and see your coaches. We're here. I'm not going to make you come in. I can't make you come in. We got 20 hours a week that we got to stay within that window. But that voluntary time, get in now, get in tonight, get in tomorrow morning. We're here, and that's what we do. So it's on them to get in here. All we can do is tell them, hey, come see me, but we can't make them.
These extra plays you're getting, is that more snaps for the guys who aren't QB1?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's snaps for everybody. I tell you, our quarterbacks, we've gotten a lot of snaps with our quarterbacks. I mean, they're all getting snaps, okay? At least I should say every scholarship guy's getting a lot of snaps right now, which was not the case in the past. I told you, Nate Yarnell didn't get any ones or twos in the past. It was more, I want to say NFL-ish, but it's kind of like, QB1 gets all the reps and, the backup gets the scout reps, from what I watch out there. It was more that style, which, wasn't my favorite, but, just the head coach, I'm the offensive coordinator, so. Everybody's got a different philosophy. As long as it works, I'm good.
What are some of those other quarterbacks showing you those snaps?
They're getting better every day. I'll start with Duggar, young guy. Love him. He's got just a great demeanor to him every day. But he's going to get some reps tomorrow. In the act, I guess our kids call it. I'm interested to see what he can do. He knows what to do, but I think he's a little shy going out there like right now. I think moving fast, but I think even just after yesterday's practice, he told Coach Bell he's ready to go. Coach Bell will say, hey, Julian, get in there next series, or hey, you're supposed to go every 3 series. Tell him before practice, but that 3rd series comes and he ain't going in there. He's like, but he's now starting to come out of his shell. So that's part of the process, I guess, with Julian. So Julian's doing a nice job. Ty Diefenbach has gotten better every day. He's done some nice thing, and again, I think it's you talk about these young guys that are new, really to campus, or been here for a year, whatever it is. But the offense is new. These older guys will handle the change a lot better than the younger guys will. So they're doing a nice job. And then you got Eli, Christian, and Nate were getting the majority of the reps, I would say.
Is that Bell's philosophy to give the other quarterbacks more snaps, or is it just because there's more snaps because you're going so fast?
It's his philosophy to give more snaps. Just giving them opportunity to go out there and throw it and play the game. So you guys probably see the pre-practice in the ABCs, you're seeing every quarterback throw. Okay, did you ever see that before? No, you never saw any of those other guys throw. I mean, it was usually 3 red jerseys back there sitting like this, bored to death. So I think it's good just to get those guys that come out to play football, regardless if they're going to start for us or never play it down for us, to at least get opportunity to throw it around a little bit.
What have you seen from Kenny Johnson this camp? It just seems like he's a little bigger. He's kind of walking around with more confidence. Just this is the second time going through it.
Yeah, Kenny's a beauty now. I tell you what, you talk about a guy that just comes in every day to work, comes in with a smile on his face. There's nothing I like more than a guy that has a smile on his face, which comes down to that attitude. I mean, he comes into work every day and happy. Those are the guys you love, and he, like you said, he's bigger, he's stronger, and he's more physical. I think he's probably one of the best blockers out there. If you want to get the block, if you know there's a block that's important. And I think you guys have seen some of that perimeter drill. You guys been out there for some of that. Like he does it, where they're blocking and throwing bubbles and all that stuff. He does a great job blocking, throughout the practice, but obviously in that drill as well.
Are any of those other running backs kind of pushing Rodney and giving him some competition?
Are they gonna, you said?
Are they right now?
Yeah, Daniel Carter's doing a nice job. You know, it's funny, you see all these guys in I guess in OTAs and all the winter conditioning, and then, you know, as coaches and new coaches, you know, they have their opinions, like, oh, I like this guy, you know, and then all of a sudden, when the pads come on, it becomes a little bit different. But Daniel's just kind of slowly moved up the depth chart and done a nice job, which doesn't shock me at all. It's who he is. He's just always going to do everything right. He knows what he's doing. You know, Desmond's been out early for a little bit, just, you know, dinged up with a little, you know, hamstring. And, you know, he took a few reps today, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. Maybe he gets 10, 15. You know, we'll regulate some of what those guys do tomorrow. So that's Desmond, and, you know, Joel's continues to get confidence. I think he looked really good today because his whole coaching staff, his head coach Jerry was here today, so he looked like he had another gear today. He better show off for his peoples. I'm trying to think of who else I'm missing there. And then, you know, Wiz, you know, Travis Lloyd is doing a nice job too, so he made some nice plays. And Derek Davis. So those guys are all pushing. We're going to play, you know, with the tempo you're going, you're playing six, you know, you have 6 receivers that are considered really starters. You're going to have at least 3 tailbacks that you're going, hey, you know, they're all starters. I mean, just a different tempo. It's not like you run a play and then come back in the huddle, stand for 18 seconds, get your breath, and go out there. It's going to go. We'll have to get, you guys will see a little bit, you know, some of the tempo tomorrow, depending on what we do.
Who are some of the guys that when you guys go from, you know, just spiders or just, you know, shirts and shorts to pads, that you go from seeing like, I don't see them as much, to when they put the pads on, whoa, where's that in the walkthroughs?
You know, it's hard to tell me. Everybody turns it up, you know, going from what we were today, spiders, to tomorrow. You want all those guys to play the same speed. Come on. It's okay, Francis. You can bug me anyway. You can distract me. You're ugly, but what'd you say? I'm pretty too?
I said, love you too, coach.
Appreciate it. But you know, there's going to be that everybody better crank it up when they get into the live period tomorrow, whether it's shells period or even the pads practice. But I can't say there's any, you know, we got to calm guys down. You know, there's the guys that, you know, like Dayon, you know, even today, like Dayon, slow down. We got spiders on, slow down. So, but I'd rather have to slow guys down than have to, you know, get a bat and try to, you know, hit them in the butt with the bat or my foot, you know, to get their motor going. So I would say we have to slow guys down, like PJ, you know, Cruz, Brookins. I'm looking at the guys on defense that, like, you know, play with, you know, like they forget the tempo. You know, and that's why I sit out there with a microphone, you know, just saying like what the tempo is, because I think they forget. They get caught up in a play, they hit this guy, and then they just forget. Oh yeah, I forgot. You know, because you have like 4 different tempos that we like to use out there as far as just the, you know, live is, you know, we're hitting the tackle and taking it to the ground, and then thud. We got what we call whiz, and we have an NFL tempo that we call it. So, you know, we got all these different tempos. They got to control it, you know, just so we don't go live all day, and we can't be going NFL tempo, which is the least of the tempo.
Obviously, your like the offensive system right now is going through a change. What have you seen from the operation from special teams and Jacob taking over?
Yeah, you know, Coach Bro, as he goes by, has done a nice job. It's you know, it's just a different way of doing it. And I might have mentioned that earlier in the spring. It's been going well. It's been more fundamentals as opposed to scheme. Matter of fact, practice 6 today was the first day that we actually lined up in a punt formation and put it all together. But we've been doing a lot of different things that, you know, as far as just the drills, and you guys see some of them pre-practice and all that stuff that we do. You know, we have not lined up in a kickoff team. You know, I think yesterday was our first true field goal period together. Ben Sauls was 100%, so it's, you know, it's good to see some of those things going, and it's a little by little to process, but again, it's just been more fundamental than more schematics. Which just tells you that Coach Rose got confidence, you know, in the scheme part of it, and getting the kids to, he's going to keep it simple enough that they'll know what to do, and it's more about the fundamentals.
Last year, there was a point of the season where you talked about how you, as a head coach, sometimes you have to judge when you need to step in and kind of get your coaching in on what a position coach is doing and try to make say, hey, I don't like the pace of that. How have you seen that with Cade Bell so far? Just like the back and forth between you two, when maybe like he sees something some way and you see something a different way, and how he's handled things.
You know, like I've told you guys in the past, I don't micromanage the offense at all. I let it go. You know, I try to, you know, I'm learning, as we go. I got a lot of good words. I got a cheat sheet to help me learn, and that's the education there is going well. But like, it's just me giving little tips on this or that. Like, their tempo. The last couple of days. The last couple of days, it's like, well, he's not getting lined up. He doesn't get the call from the sideline because it's fast tempo. You got to get your eyes to the sideline. I'm like, hey, this is what we do on defense. So I just relate like what we do on defense. We're always yelling eyes, eyes, eyes. Okay, so when we, this is something we've done forever, Michigan State, through the years. But defensively, you finish the play. We always talk about this when we're playing tempo. You're playing Tennessee, that tempo. Finish the play. Like a lot of guys think about, like, I got to get back for the next play. Like, finish the last play and then sprint home, which home is where you belong, which for a receiver is sprint, get to the line of scrimmage. If you're in a 20-yard patch, the first thing you have to do is sprint your tail back. But as you're sprinting back, get your eyes, like you can't get, over near the huddle or something like that and then look back. It's too late. So as I'm sprinting back, you got to train these receivers, and most of the time it's a receiver because they're, away from the quarterback. The quarterback can tell the O-line what to do. But just getting those receivers trained to look to the sideline every time. So you run a 40-yard route, you got to be sprinting back to get lined up for the next play and see from a different part of the field. It might be near sideline, far sideline to get that call. And I said, we're always saying eyes, eyes, eyes. So if you got 3 wideouts right there, Jerry, obviously is the smartest, and you 2 young guys don't know what to do. Like Jerry can be just as you're coming back, hey, eyes, eyes, just screaming out, make sure everybody, eyes, all of a sudden, now Chris starts looking like, oh yeah, I forgot, all those things. So that's just little stuff that just teaching, little things like that. I've been charting the timing of things which, he's never done before. I'm like, how fast are we snapping the ball? I mean, 75% of the time we've snapped the ball this spring so far, not including today because I don't have the stats yet, but practice 5, we've snapped 75% of the snaps within 22 seconds. So we're not going to be worried about delaying games, right? We've got a 40-second clock. So we're snapping the ball, that's 75% of the time. So, just little stuff like that where I want to track it. Like how many under 10 seconds. I won't give you that stat, but those are things that, just little things that I'm not trying to tell them how to run a route or what the quarterback needs to do or, how to run a run play. Those are things that they better know how to do. That's what I hired them to do. But just to help them be more efficient and track what they're doing or give them a little tip, as far as just stuff from, because it's all related, whether it's offense, defense, special team, it's all the same. It's about details.
Is the other 25% less than 22 seconds?
Yeah, but it comes down to like, you take a sack. Okay, well, when it's the best way for a defense to slow an offense down, whether it's Tennessee, you guys watch that team play, that's why I keep referring to them, is to, if you give an offense a big play, they're going faster. Good luck to you, okay? But like, if you come to the scrimmage tomorrow, you'll notice that when the offense gets a TFL or sack, or the defense makes a play, that they slow down a little bit. Like, okay, hold on a second. Now we got now it's 2nd down and 12. We got 1 TFL. 2nd down and 12. Okay, slow down here. What do we want to do here? Let's try to. So I mean, I don't want it to be all within 10 seconds. It should be all over the place. You want it to be at different times. You're not looking for every ball to be snapped within 10 seconds. You want to get them lined up real quick and then look to the sideline, and all those other different things that we see defensively.
So you got your receivers in the helmet, but you still have the signs on the sideline, right?
Yeah, we're still signaling on offense and defense. In this spring, we've only got 3 headsets because they aren't making enough of them. So the green dot is in the linebackers right now. We're teaching our defense how to do that, and then on offense, Coach Bell just wants the offense to learn the signal, so they're not, we're not using the green dot on offense. If that's what you're talking about, the green dot, yeah.
You mentioned you're going to have 6 guys at receiver who are considered starters. Do you have an idea of who those guys are?
I do.
Nice. I assume you have that.
You get an idea,
Yeah.
but I mean, you can probably figure it out. Take your guess before you come tomorrow. Make your guess and then go out and see.
How about a couple more and we'll wrap it up?
Ryan
Anything
Jacoby
else?
was supposed to be one of the leaders last year before
Who
he
was?
got Ryan Jacoby.
Uh-huh.
He was going to be one of the leaders last year on the offensive line before he got hurt. What's he been like leading up into these spring practices?
Leading up to it, not during. He's kind of, it's hard to lead when you're,
Right.
you're not practicing right now. He's doing a great job. I mean, you know, watch him down the end zone running back and forth, just getting, you know, his PT, his physical therapy, getting ready to roll. So, you know, we'll feel him more, you know, during the summer and August when he's back. But, you know, he's a great kid, and he's getting healthy, and that's the most important thing.
Is he gonna practice at all this spring?
No. I mean, I think he probably could late, but not doing that.
All right. Coach, thank you for your
All right.